Hey there, you military dogs. The episode opens with images of war with the Ishvalans. Mustang and Hughes are discussing his aspirations to be Führer.
I'll do everything humanly possible to protect the people I love. And in turn, they'll protect the ones they love. It seems like the least we tiny humans can do for each other.
Sounds like a pyramid scheme.
The Ulrichs are discussing what they know with Hughes and Major Armstrong when Führer Bradley shows up.
Sorry to interrupt.
Führer Bradley shows that he knows a lot about what is going on and orders them to forget their investigation before departing. The Ulrichs decide to visit their old teacher, and Winry decides to tag along to see a town that is the mecca of automail. Finally on the train, Ed and Al advise that they are going to see their teacher to ask about the Philosopher's Stone and the truth within the truth. This is the second time they show fear at the mention of their teacher.
She's gonna kill us when she finds out what happened!
It would have been nice to at least have had a girlfriend before I die.
Colonel Hughes is reading about the conflicts in the East and is informed that it's happening all over, leading him to notice something and continue investigating. Discovering links between the Philosopher's Stone, uprisings, human sacrifice and the Ishvalan genocide, it seems that he's linked them all together before being discovered by Lust.
Hello, Lieutenant Colonel. It's nice to meet you.
Hughes escapes, and though injured, he looks for a private line to connect to Mustang to tell him what he's found. Envy catches up with him and murders Hughes before he has the chance to tell Mustang. Ed and Winry are eating Miss Hughes' cooking and discussing Colonel Hughes, thanking him for his kindness, not knowing his fate. At the funeral, we see that Hughes' impact on those around him was profound, in a heart-wrenching scene. Mustang investigates the events that led to Hughes' murder, realising that Hughes had found something big. Interviewing Major Armstrong helped Mustang piece together parts of the conspiracy.
So, I guess he wasn't as helpful to us as we had hoped.
But not a waste of our time. He was more helpful than he meant to be.
And he advises Hawkeye that he will get his revenge for Hughes.
Doesn't sound like you to mix your public and personal concerns.
There's no difference between the two. I will become the Führer of this country, and I will take vengeance for Hughes.
This was a big one in terms of content, stakes, story and character motivations. Previously, we have seen Colonel Mustang has many aspirations, possibly even delusions of grandeur. But in this episode, we see what makes him so driven. Being a part of the Ishvalan War took its toll on him. He looks to protect those that he loves, in hopes that they will do the same, and so paying it forward would create a better society. Understanding his motivations makes his ambitions seem a little less self-serving by the end of the episode, and we see that Roy Mustang is indeed a human after all. But Mustang wasn't the only one we saw different sides of. Führer Bradley continues to tease us with his almost loving uncle tone of voice, followed by deep intimidation. It's fair to say at this point in the show that it's clear that Bradley is involved in the conspiracy and that he's not a good guy. There have been many references to the war in Ishval being an extermination of an entire people, and Bradley seemed to be at the heart of it, again bringing comparison to World War II and Hitler. But then at the funeral we see him tremble when hearing a child call out for her father. The loss of Hughes is profound, and though so many of the characters have already lost so much, I feel that this is the first time in the show that we, the viewer, feel it. Not just because he's a recurring character, or that he has family, but because we don't see it coming. We have seen that Hughes is wise through some of his conversations. Even his teasing of Ed and his relationship to Winry shows that he can see something there that they may not have seen yet themselves. But, as Envy tells him,
"You really are a smart man, Lieutenant Colonel. Did you ever think that'd be the cause of your death?"
Finally, there are references to Sin's tattoos, specifically that around the Ouroboros, the depiction of a snake eating itself. The Ouroboros is often interpreted as a symbol for eternal cyclic renewal, or cycle of life and death and rebirth. This most likely references something to the secret of the Sins.
Cool tattoo you got there.
Those are your last words?